Hey everybody, welcome back to the political support group. This video here is for MAGA, okay? For everybody else too, but mostly for MAGA. My question to MAGA is, and I don't want all the crazy shit in my comments, I just want real answers, real debate, okay? What is it going to take? What are you going to have to see in order to say, enough's enough? You know? What kind of proof are you needing to know that your guy is a pedo? Are you waiting for that video to come out? Some video? I don't know, because I feel like even if you see a video, you'll be like, all right, let him do him. I don't agree with it, but let him do him. He's doing good for our country. I know damn well none of you would hire someone like Trump to watch your children. You know, like let's say, in a perfect world, right? He loses everything, and then he has to pay for his health care. That's $2,000-$3,000 more a year, and has to pay all of these prices for food. Can't have any more of fancy parties and all the things, and now he has to work. And McDonald's is too much. It's beneath him, right? So he's probably gonna find other things to do, right? I don't know if any bank's gonna want to work for him. But let's just say, right? Let's just say, like the reverse Snow White, right? Like you just lose everything and you just poor, right? So then you have to go and find a regular job. And you're like, well, I'm a father. I've done this. This is good. I could do this. I could be a nanny, right? And he does all of the paper things and all the stuff except the background check, right? Because you know damn well. And you know what? Let's just say they do the background check. And it says he's on Megan's list, Megan's Law. Are you guys going to hire him to watch your children? And this is not me being a smartass. This is me making a point. Would you allow someone like him to watch your children? And if your answer is no, then you have some serious decisions to make. You may have to switch parties. You may have to vote against your party. You may have to do something. But this is not sustainable. If you can't have him in your house taking care of your kids, what good is he in the Oval Office? Making decisions for you and other families in the country. If he doesn't care about children's rights and about following the law and all of the things, right? Because he doesn't follow the law. Like he does things and then the law gets in there and it's like, we want you to show up, show me this, show me that. You need to respond to this because it's against, the Constitution, blah, blah. And all they do is just tie it up in the courts because, they know that whatever result they get out of that investigation is going to set precedent for all the other things that he's doing. So, what are you going to have to see in order for you to say that's enough? I want a regular Republican back in office because I feel that way now. If you see a video, would that change your mind? Because in those documents, it talks about Putin as well. And how he's been in bed with Putin all along. That the whole fake Russia thing was not fake. What else are you going to have to see? It didn't affect you when he had Bukele in there. It didn't affect you when Netanyahu was in there. It didn't affect you when Putin was in there with Trump. It didn't affect you, that he's, playing buddy-buddy with China and Russia. It didn't affect you. None of it affects you, right? It doesn't affect you, but it does. But you let it go by the wayside because he's your guy and you believe in the ultimate mission. But what if the guy that you voted for, that you put everything behind, the one that you split relationships for, was really guilty? What are you going to do then? Are you just going to say, I'm done with politics, I'm not voting ever again? Or are you going to do the hard thing? Are you going to do what you're supposed to do in a situation like this? You guys created him. You guys need to take him down. That's just how I feel. You know? We have a pedo as our president. Let that sink in. I don't care if you like my color. I don't care if you like what I stand for. I don't care if you're not part of my political party. I don't care where you come from. But right is right. This country is being led by a pedo and all his pedo friends who paid top of the dollar a lot of money to get him elected, to hide their secrets, to give them tax breaks and contracts and all of the things. They're making a lot of money. And we're here for the ride. All of us. You know? So do you have to have proof that we didn't have the whole no tax on tips thing? Because you know what? W-2's coming. Tax season's here. You need to look that up. Okay? Was it worth it to you to vote for him for that? All that we've lost? All of the allies that we've lost? The people that are getting shot in the streets of America because of this? How much more do you need to see happen to your fellow Americans? I don't care if you hate the left, the right. I don't care. We're all Americans. We're all here. We're all being subjected to the same treatment. But what else has to come out? Because you guys don't seem to get it. You guys feel like, our guy all the way, right? It's got to bother you at night when you put your head down on your pillow. It's got to bother you. Now that this information is out. And that's not even the real information, okay? So, quick story, right? I felt like my boyfriend at the time was like doing some crazy shit, right? I felt deep down inside of my spirit, okay? In my spirit, that he was doing some shady shit. Okay. And I was collecting evidence. I was like a fucking detective, right? And I was out to prove it. He knew I was out to prove it. But before I could prove it, that he had all these girls, that were like messing with him and stuff like that. He was messing with them. He said, all right, I'll admit it. I did something with that girl. And I'm like, uh-huh. And I forgot all about the other girls. I did. I forgot about the other girls. So, like, sometimes they will admit that they messed up, right? They messed up. Just to get you off his back. How much more is he going to have to do that to you? You got to draw the line somewhere. And I know it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to make amends to people that you were really rude to. You're going to have to realize that your vote caused a lot of problems, a lot of people to die. You're going to have to realize that your guy is not a good person and that everything you believe was a lie. And it hurts bad. You even lose faith in your picker. You're like, I have a bad picker. No, motherfucker, you just didn't do the fucking research. You didn't do all the things. You just picked a side and dug your heels in. So, If I may offer an off ramp, an off ramp. If it was me, because I'm in the same situation, I have family members and friends and all of that that are MAGA, and it breaks my heart because I felt like I knew them better. But they're the same people that I loved. You know, the off ramp is say you're done with him, but you're still a Republican. You know, that you don't side with pedos, even though you love them, and that you're ready to get back to just regular government where we had a vote that counted. Say, I'm just a Republican now. I'm done with MAGA. I'm done with it because you know what? It's done. And you can say, I'm sorry, I didn't know this information was out there. I didn't believe it. Now I believe it. And just say, I'm a Republican now. And that's that. You're going to have to hear shit from people in your life. They're going to be like, oh, we told him. Ah. Which I am against. Okay. Honestly, I think like everybody should just be a little bit more sympathetic to MAGA, honestly, because they made a mistake. If it was me the other way around, I would hate to be told that in my face all the time. Now's the time to show them a little grace and say, you made a big mistake, buddy. But I love you. Let's move on from this. Just go back to disagreeing behind the ballot box, and that's it. Don't talk shit about politics, none of that bullshit. I know I'm talking about politics, but it's because I'm mad enough. I'm mad. But people in your life, extend them a little grace. They thought they were doing what was best. And they were wrong. Dead wrong. And they don't know how to walk it back. But if you show them some grace, you may win them back to your family, to your side. You know? And maybe help them feel a little bit better about the choices they made. Because it sucks to have regret like that. Let me know what you think. Bye. God bless.